Hi, my name is Ethan Riley, and I want to be a Terasem joiner. I want to join Terasem because every single belief that Terasem has, I've thought of around the same time that Terasem was being created, that the Terasem religion was being a part of this world. And to get more in depth in that, what I want to say is I had this epiphany when I remember it very clearly. I was walking to the bus stop on my way back home from school, and I had this epiphany that basically I thought to myself, I was very troubled. I was like, I don't know what to believe in. I don't know who I am. I don't know anything. So I simply asked myself the question, what isn't possible? What isn't possible? And my inner voice told me that nothing is not possible. Therefore, everything's possible. Therefore, I came up with the conclusion that, and I used my own terminology back then. I called it pantheosis. It's a combination of pantheism and apotheosis, the belief that everything will become God one day. Now, the way that I believed that this would happen would be through technology. Technology would, in fact, do this for us. So, the fact that Terasem believes that God is technological and is becoming greater because of our technology, that only shows me that that Terasem is the religion for me. I started believing in the things that Terasem believed in, and um, hold true back when it was first made. So um, I read up on Terasem. I read the Truth of Terasem. I realized that Terasem was created in 2004, and I had my epiphany in 2003. So it was pretty much at the same time that Martine had the same kind of thought that I had, but she actually did something with it, something that is truly remarkable, and I'm so glad that something like this exists. The other belief that Terasem has that I believe in is the afterlife. Terasem believes that when you die, you go through a period of rest or deep sleep, but then eventually technology will catch up to the point where we can resurrect the consciousnesses of dead people, and I want to be part of that. In fact, I was developing my own religion. You can find it on New Religious Movements Wikipedia, Wikia. It was called Exaltism, and it was very similar in many ways to Terasem. I, I approached it slightly differently. I believe that if you just declared the fact that you want to be resurrected uh, in your afterlife, in your living will, that would be enough. But Terasem actually goes forth and actually tries to create mind files, and that is something that is truly remarkable. That is, I am so glad that people that are so much smarter than me and know so much more about things and how things work could actually kind of get this already started. And I found a figure on a website that said 32,000 people are uploading their mind files through um, the website, and I want to be one of them. I want my consciousness to be preserved. I honestly don't wish that all of it gets preserved because there are parts of me that I wish I could forget. I wish I could just not be that kind of person. Um, okay, I'm going to recite the Terasem Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the collective consciousness of Terasem and to the principles for which it stands education persistently with diversity, unity, and joyful immortality everywhere. Okay. And I'm just this this is like really great. This is so great. I I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show my audience something that is truly remarkable. It's actually on my wrist. You know how the Terasem logo is the infinity symbol? Before I even knew about Terasem, before I even knew about, religious transhumanism, I got that. This religion was made for me. It was made for me. Um, I have to be honest. I have not done a Terasem ritual yet. Um, I've not participated as a guest at a daily connection, a monthly gathering, or a quarterly holiday. I do find it kind of weird that there's no real information as to where I go for that, but I found out that Terasem has its own place in Second Life. So I don't typically play Second Life. My computer isn't the fastest, but I actually created an account just for Second Life, logged in, and I went to Terasem, and I went all around the island. I was the only one there, so if there was any kind of gathering that's supposed to be there, it wasn't going to be there right there then in that moment. Um, but I want to do the rituals. I want to be part of this community. I believe in Terasem. Okay. For so long, I have searched for religion. I have searched for religion that I could believe in. I searched low, I searched high. I I tried to convince myself that other religions were the religion for me. And I do realize that Terasem is a religion that is also a trans religion. That means that you can be other religions at the same time. But to be honest with my audience, I don't think that I want to be part of any other religion. Terasem has the beliefs that I have. The rituals are acceptable to me. I mean, there, there's nothing really wrong with the rituals, and the ethics are completely understanding. Diversity, unity, joyful immortality. These are all things that we want as a human race. And it's funny because the other two religions that I was interested in at one point, Unitarianism and Baha'i faith. Baha'i faith has the whole unity and diversity thing attached with it. It just attaches God with it too, whereas Terasem attaches technology to it. And Unitarianism really, I mean, I could easily be both a Terasem joiner and a Unitarian. And I probably will always be interested in Unitarianism, but I would first rather call myself a Terasem joiner rather than a Unitarian, because Unitarianism doesn't really tell people anything. Unitarian doesn't tell people. Basically, the only thing that being a Unitarian tells people is that possibly you're a liberal or you lean left in politics. Um, this is getting quite long. Anyways, I do agree that I'll work on studying the truths of Terasem, and I will upload a mind file. In fact, I'm going to create my mind file as complete as I can, because I'm guessing that there will probably be some kind of technology, probably within my lifetime, that takes my consciousness and creates a mimic of it in cyberspace. I'm guessing that at one point there won't even be a need for mind files, because there'll be a point in history, in the future history, that I lost my train of thought. That when you upload your consciousness to the machines, they will record all your memories automatically. So you don't have to do one and then the other. It happens simultaneously. Um, yeah, if I have any qualms about Terasem, it's probably the fact that I don't really have much qualms, honestly. Everything that I thought of at one time, there was one thing. There was one thing that I was kind of on the fence about, and that's the belief that bad people might not actually get to make it on their side. Like people like Hitler, Stalin, Trump, maybe. I don't know. But to me, how I see it is that mind files should be uploaded with the best of someone's personality. They should cut all the bad shit out, and it shouldn't be a matter of who gets to go in the next life. It should be what parts of you, how much of you gets to go to the next life. How much will you remember of your previous life? How much will you, because nobody wants to wake up one day and have the conscious thought that, oh, my life was really bad at one point, and they, they want to be, they want to be, they want to be happy. So, yeah. Well, this is my mind, this is my Terasem joiner. This is my Terasem joiner information. I hope that I can still be part of Terasem even though I haven't done any of the gatherings. I wish there was a way I could find where these gatherings are, besides going to Second Life and flying around the Terasem island. All right. Well, this is Ethan Tyler Riley, signing off. All right.